And if you want to bring a friend to the party, you're welcome to, David. And we want it higher so that there's no beeline, if you can do that. Oh, we're running out of time already.
Be Live is kind of, you don't like that?
No.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, there we go. Yes. You have to be real close. I'm going to move a little bit over so you get
So
a little closer to me. And we get, maybe go back a tiny bit. Move back a little bit. And there, I have to be like this.
Is that too much?
Um,
Which way are we going? I don't
Here,
understand.
you just stay where you are.
I'm staying where I am.
Yes, and I'm staying here. Okay. There we go.
Okay.
I'm gonna move
It
a
helps
tiny
if
bit.
I can end up like looking at you
Yes, you can.
sometimes.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, I think we're on.
Oh my
Hi.
God.
4,
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
So we decided about 3 minutes before the show
Yeah.
that what is most alive, relatively speaking, from being not alive at all to being a little alive, is you telling me and our audience your journey with nonviolent communication. And in case you're interested, this is Shelley Schou and I am Michael Koran, and you have joined AHA, and thank you very much. So where did it all begin, Michelle?
Okay. Gosh. Well, first of all, it's something that really has profoundly affected my life. But nonviolent communication is a theory of communication by Marshall Rosenberg. And
So far she's been very nonviolent. You can see that it's really, you should have seen her before
yeah.
she took this. This show would have been, we would have had increased ratings, but yes.
Yeah. Well, actually, what's interesting is that people have been surprised when I say I really get a lot out of nonviolent communication, and they think that they don't picture that I would be someone that would need nonviolent communication.
In Cambridge, we know the quiet, gentle type underneath.
Yeah. Well, actually, it turns out that
Yeah, it's true.
it was really helpful for if you are a passive, gentle type,
Yes.
that it helps unravel understanding how to be okay about getting your desires out there.
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah.
So how do you,
Yeah.
why don't you tell us the history? And
Okay.
during the journey,
Okay.
we can discover the discoveries.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So where were you
I think
when you decided to start this journey?
Yeah. I had been in a Buddhist meditation group, and we started studying the pictures of the bull. And I felt like that was my limitation of how far I could really go with the Buddhist studies, because it felt like it wasn't of my culture.
And they wanted you to be like a bull? The Buddhist?
No, it's a study of a series of pictures that reflect the ego, and to me it felt like it was cultural in some ways, since I haven't really spent a lot of time with bulls.
You grew up on a farm, though, yes?
Yeah, I did grow up on a farm.
But there were no bulls? Just
No
nice
bulls,
little
yeah.
chickens and lambs, yes?
Yeah.
And you took care of sheep and
Yeah.
lambs, but not
Yeah.
bulls.
Right, yeah.
So it's very clear why
Yeah.
this wasn't for you. Yes,
Right, okay, yeah.
Yes, they should have taken Christianity, and then Jesus is a little lamb, and you'd be a Christian. Okay, so how did that turn into nonviolent?
Well, and so what I did And I decided that also I wanted to be more involved socially with social concerns. And so I joined the UU Church, Universalist Unitarian Church, because I felt like they were involved with social concerns. And so, yeah, I heard about this guy was starting a nonviolent study communication group. And it just happened to be a guy that I wanted to steer clear of. Because when I first came, he was really friendly and said he wanted to do stuff with me, and I knew he was married. So I actually told him that I couldn't really do anything with him. I felt like he was trying to have an affair with me or something.
But you said it kindly, right?
I did say it kindly.
Go love yourself. None of that. Yes, right. Yes.
Yeah.
You said it very kindly.
Yeah.
I thought so. Yes, that's what I thought.
And he was shocked. He said, "I'm not trying to have an affair with you. I'm just lonely because my wife doesn't like to do a lot of the things I like to do, and I'm trying to find people that like to do the things I like to do." And I just felt like that wasn't a good mix. If he was lonely and he wanted to find someone to do stuff with, and I was single and lonely too, so I was worried about that. So I steered clear of him. I was actually afraid of him in some ways. And it turned out he was starting a nonviolent communication group, and I could tell it was the exactly thing that I wanted to study.
How could you tell that?
Because I knew it. I wonder why I knew that. Why did I know that? I think because of learning about communication. I wanted to learn about communication. So I think one of my, for my friends that I really respect and the qualities that I like are when they're able to, I think of my friend Terry, who was often able to really take what I was talking about and bring it down to a deeper level and have a meaningful exchange, and that in spending time talking with her about something that was going on for myself, she was able to bring it down and make it feel richer and have a meaningful exchange between the two of us.
I'll ask you a question. I hope
yeah.
this is a nonviolent question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of an example of that?
That would be a good question.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Never know with these nonviolent type. If you're,
Yeah.
Yes. It's a hard question, though.
Yeah. Gosh, nothing's coming to mind at the moment.
Well, if it does,
Okay.
I'm going to be nice
Yeah.
and nonviolent. Now,
Okay.
if it does come,
Okay.
you can share it with us.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
All
doing
right.
good, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I wish I could think of something. Here's a nice way of.
Maybe it'll pop up.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you
That
decided
was
to...
something I really admired in other people and wanted to be able to do that with other people.
Oh, so it was more the communication part than the nonviolent part.
Communication
Yes.
part.
But you knew it
Well,
would be nice communication.
And right, and the
'Cause you're a nice
nonviolent
person, yes?
also had to do with causes, and one of the also another reason why I wanted to take it is because I did a protest walking when we invaded Afghanistan. And so the protest for me was protesting a nonviolent approach to the response to 9/11.
Protesting for nonviolent. approach.
Yes. And so my sign that I held was peace. And so what was interesting is, as we were walking down the road, there were other people in the crowd with me that had peace signs. And the curious thing is that it just seemed across the board that people were in favor of the signs for peace. And it made me feel like how important it is to be really specific about the communication, and in order to really get anywhere and with these countries that aren't getting along, that it would be good to get down to really the nuggets of what the discord is all about, rather than fluffy talk all around. And so I thought it would be really helpful in that kind of situation to boil it down to true communication. So what came to mind was the protest, where everyone was honking and thinking that was a good idea, peace. And so my idea of peace and their idea are different, and so that would be a whole different conversation in that situation. So that, actually, when I went to the group, that was the reason I gave for wanting to be involved in the group. And then later on, I also realized that it was one of my lifelong desires, was to be able to really be able to have conversations with people and bring it down in a better way. And what I discovered, because I did this nonviolent study group, and for one, the friendship with the person I was trying to avoid turned into a true friendship, that was pretty wild. And then the other thing is that I realized it was a lifelong block for me that was just a lifesaver, learning nonviolent communication, because I think I never understood the difference between being able to say what you might want and then what the other person might want. And somehow I always felt like I couldn't express my anger because it would make the other person upset. So then it made me squelch a lot of my feelings, because I felt like I couldn't be a nice person and also have what I really wanted when it was in discord with someone else. So
I didn't understand that last. What you really wanted in discourse with someone else?
if it's in discord.
Oh, in discord you wanted...
Right, how can you, that energy of being angry, how can it be said in a way that is not going to hurt the other person?
Without squelching
So-
it.
Yeah, without squelching it.
Yes.
Yeah, and this was phenomenal. It just is a way to completely unblock that and untangle it so that you can still be considerate and not hurt the other person, but still have a disagreement about what might be important to you in a way that is respectful, actually.
And maybe only, you might have an example of this when you were angry at someone.